boy in the uniform threw open the door and leapt into the hallway by the incinerator. We rushed in after him. I couldn't for the life of me believe what we were seeing.
Hello, everybody. This is Gigi Hiro, and welcome back to another episode of my playthrough of 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. I'm so worried. I'm so worried of what I'm gonna be shown when I click next. But we have to. So let's just do it.
That bastard Hongo had Kane by the arm and was forcing her into the incinerator.
Oh, of course he. Oh, God. So, this is awful, right? This is. Nothing is too far for this guy, right? Like nothing. There's nothing that we've been shown about the actions he's taken, like both in the past and within this game, that's ever off limits or going too far. God, he sucks. Oh,
Come on, goddammit, move!
No, I don't want to! Let me go, please! Let go of me!
She planted her feet squarely on the floor and was struggling to get away. But Hongo was bigger and stronger. She wasn't gonna win.
oh God, I hate this.
Akane!
My brother roared with anger and charged toward Hongo.
Help me!
Ah! You're too late, idiot!
Oh, shut up, just, oh God.
Hongo lifted Akane bodily into the air and threw her, still fighting him, into the incinerator.
And we know how this ends, right? We know. Oh, no.
Before we could even blink, Hongo had leapt through the door after her. We saw him land inside.
Okay.
And then, the door slammed shut.
Uh
We
huh.
ran to the door. We did everything we could think of to get the thing open. But
Ah! Fuck! It's no use! The goddamn thing won't move an inch!
he started slamming his fists against the door. He was close to shattering his knuckles with how hard he pounded on it.
This is awful. This just. I have no words.
Akane! Akane! Are you okay?
Her voice was muffled, but all of us could hear the sheer terror in it.
By the way, look how her name is Connie right here in this narration. That's interesting because we know that that's Junpei's nickname for Akane, the Akane that he knows. So I do wonder.
What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here!
Where's Hongo?
He went out the other door!
Oh God, no! I forgot. There's multiple doors. Cause like, right? I was gonna say, there's no way he's trapped in there, and then the thing, like, roars to life and fucking burns both of them up. Obviously, he doesn't die here. So, what the hell?
What?
Warning. Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration will take place in 18 minutes.
Shit.
Please evacuate the incinerator immediately. Repeat. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged.
Are you fucking kidding me? It's the same damn thing!
Are you there?
Yeah, we're here. Just hang on, alright? We're gonna figure out a way to save you.
His words would have seemed like a sick joke to her if she'd been able to see how white and bloodless his face was right then.
Oh no.
Incineration will begin in 17 minutes.
What can we even do at this point? I mean, not we, honestly. I'm not there. Junpei wasn't there, obviously. At this point, I'm just wondering. I'm so invested, right? That's why I'm using like the first person. This game.
Please! Please help me! I'm really, really scared! I don't want to die, please!
children.
It's gonna be alright. I'll figure something out. I promise. I promise, okay? You hear me? I promise.
It was torture listening to her sobbing on the other side of the door. Her brother was nearly crying himself. He could only stand there, fists clenched so tight his knuckles were white.
Okay. We're back. I mean, we never left, I guess, but he doesn't want to keep going with this story, huh? Or I assume he's gonna spare us the details, but I need to see. I need to know exactly what they saw, what happened, because based on that, there's gonna be several possibilities, right? Let's see. It was silent. All they could hear was the creaking of the boat as it shifted in the water. They waited and waited. Seven didn't continue.
What happened then?
Oh, Junpei couldn't wait any longer. He had to know. Seven looked at the floor.
Come on, man. Put yourself in my shoes. It doesn't end good. You think I want to remember that?
Right. This is so painful for him as well, but I don't want to know the details, right? I just want to get enough knowledge to have like a full picture.
Then...
Yeah.
So, from this, I gather that they saw her die, right?
Shit. If I'd known it was gonna be like this, I almost wish I hadn't remembered.
Seven shook his head. There was something Junpei had to know.
Hey, are you sure?
Yeah, he would ask this.
Huh?
Look, I don't want to ask this either, but
Mm-hmm.
there's something I don't get. So if you could just tell me, did that girl, Akane, really...
Seven stared straight ahead at nothing.
Yeah, I'm sure. There wasn't anything we could do. After a while, the countdown ended.
They stood there for 18 minutes. With Akane all panicked, begging for her life, begging to be saved. Her brother and the kid I definitely think has gotta be Snake. And himself just trying everything just to get her out of there. But shit, man.
And we heard something burning.
Okay, you heard something burning. All right.
The fire stopped, but we still didn't move. Me and the jacket kid were frozen. The boy in the uniform collapsed as if he couldn't hold himself up anymore.
Of course he couldn't.
A few minutes passed. The door opened.
Oh no.
The boy in the uniform tripped over his own feet running in. We followed, too numb to speak. The air in the incinerator was hot. Every breath made my lungs feel like they were on fire. It was like standing on hot asphalt. The air was wavering, and in the middle of the room, there it lay.
Oh God.
The kid's legs were shaking so bad, I don't know how he managed to walk. I couldn't see his face, but his body somehow looked empty. Finally, he reached it. He fell to his knees as his legs gave out on him. And then...
Yeah. 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 Junpei felt a cold lump form in the pit of his stomach. A feeling of sickness, a feeling of sickening anticipation washed over him. He could feel his body shivering. He desperately did not want to know the answer he feared he knew already, but he had to ask. He had to know for sure.
Can I ask you one more thing?
Yeah.
What's that?
The girl, Akane. What was her last name?
What does it matter to you?
He needs to know.
Just tell me, okay? Please?
Seven looked at Junpei curiously and ran his tongue quickly over his dry lips.
Kurashiki.
Oh,
Her
no!
name was Akane Kurashiki.
So, what the actual hell is going on here, right? Something inside of Junpei stopped. He had no more words left. He had no more Junpei left. He was just a shell of flesh and bone. Seven turned to Snake.
You were there that day, weren't you? The tall kid in the jacket. That was you, wasn't it?
Uh-huh, Snake.
Yes, it was. You are correct, Detective.
Now he remembers. Junpei's mind was blank, withdrawn from the world. Somewhere far away, he could hear Seven and Snake talking.
Don't misunderstand me. I told you before how Zero threatened me. There was nothing I could do.
Yeah, of course not. And it's interesting then that Snake recognized Seven as well. He must have. But, yeah. Fuck. His hands were tied.
I couldn't say anything about what happened 9 years ago.
So you're saying you're not working for Zero, right?
Of course not.
Clover, what about you?
Hey, come on! You really think I'm working with Zero?
No way. No.
I told you before, you idiot! I was in Nevada, in Building Q. I did hear that a detective rescued the kids on the boat, but...
Okay, so he actually managed to rescue them. I do wonder how they managed to get out because, like, maybe like one of the lifeboats?
I didn't know it was you!
Her surprise seemed to be genuine. Seven regarded Clover for a moment and rubbed his chin thoughtfully.
Well, I guess I believe you.
Clover nodded.
All right, let me ask you another question.
He stuck his hands into his pockets and took a few steps. Then he stopped and turned to face them again. Also, I was just reminded of every time we found like a body, like both in this playthrough and the other one, like when we examined Guy X, Nijisaki, I suppose, when we examined his body, when we examined Clover's body in the other playthrough, Seven was the one who referred to like the potential culprit as a perp. And at the time I was like, that's like a very cop detective way to talk. Oh, the foreshadowing was there all along.
Santa's real name is Aoi Kurashiki.
Right.
He's Akane's brother.
Uh-huh.
You know that?
We now know.
No, I didn't. Did you?
So here's the other thing I'm still curious about. Snake told us that all siblings were split up, but apparently that wasn't the case here, so I wonder why. You know?
Well, yes. I know Aoi Kurashiki was her brother.
Yeah, like, Snake, care to elaborate a little bit?
But I didn't know he was Santa. At least not from the beginning.
Uh-huh.
9 years ago, he was in the middle of puberty. His voice is entirely different now.
Right. Yeah, I was thinking this. He wouldn't have recognized him. Like, from his looks, he would have, but Snake wouldn't have seen what he looked like. And his voice, that would have changed.
I'm ashamed to say that even my exceptional hearing wasn't able to make that connection.
Yeah.
As such, I had no reason to think Santa was Aoi.
When did you figure it out?
Clover told me that Santa might have been one of the subjects of the initial experiment.
Mm-hmm.
It was only a short while ago, while we were leaving the library. When she told me that, I had a feeling.
Uh-huh.
Santa is Aoi? Akane Kurashiki, June's brother?
That spark caught flame in Junpei's leaden mind, and the fog began to clear. Like an engine beginning to turn, images and thoughts began to coalesce in his mind, coming faster and faster, forming bigger images, bigger thoughts. Junpei blinked. he was back.
There's still a lot we don't know.
Yeah, there's still a lot to explain.
I mean, like a lot. But there is one thing I think we can say we know.
What's that?
The body we found in the shower room. It had to be Nijisaki, dressed up to look like Snake.
Yeah.
What?
Come on, man, what kind of detective are you? You didn't figure that out already?
Come on, Junpei. Give it a break.
Hey, go easy on me, man. I just got my memory back, all right? Cut me some slack.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, if he is, the 3 murders make sense then, don't they?
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. Murder. Kubota blew himself up, but that was murder too.
Uh-huh. And we know who got him killed like that. Again, there's nothing he wouldn't sing to. He was his friend. They were, I mean, right? Gentaro, Kubota, Nijisaki, and Musashiro, I believe. They were all co-workers, but definitely friends from the look on that picture. Or at least they had a cordial relationship. Oh,
So why did these murders take place?
If Junpei is correct, and the body in the shower room was Nijisaki's,
that one was a setup. That one was 100% a setup. So Ace wouldn't have known he was killing his right-hand man. I don't think he would. No, right? We know from the previous playthrough that he had no idea, and he said it himself. I have no idea who that guy was if it wasn't Snake. So it's not like he did that with like an ulterior motive in mind or something. That was 100% a setup on Santa's Zero's behalf, right? Like just another way to like get his revenge on him, I would say.
that means all of the people who were murdered were involved with the creation of the Nonary project.
Yep.
Kubota, the person who conducted the actual experiments. Nijisaki, Hongo's assistant. Musashido, the man who financed the project.
Who, by the way, I'm still curious to know how he died. Who killed him? You know, how he ended up like this? Was he dead before the Nonary Games started? Did someone kill him right in the middle of it? Somehow?
You mean this was all just revenge? Santa is Zero. He's getting revenge for the death of his sister.
Yeah, that was my theory, all but confirmed now. At least for now, because knowing this game, there's probably like 7 million plot twists still ahead of us.
That's why he killed them.
No, I don't think Santa actually murdered anyone.
No. Okay. He didn't. He put them in the situation where, you know, Ace would get Kubota killed. Then he got Ace to also kill Nijisaki. And what about Musashiro? I'm curious about that one. In fact, Junpei didn't think. He knew. He couldn't explain why or how, but he had no doubt that Santa had killed no one. Perhaps the madness of the last several hours was finally driving him insane, but Junpei had ceased to be surprised at his sudden knowledge and had even begun to accept it.
If I'm right, then it's not hard to figure out who the next victim's gonna be, is it?
Uh-huh. He's got him right where he wants.
I'm pretty sure I don't have to tell you.
Yes.
Yep.
Right.
Snake, Clover, and Seven all nodded.
The next target will be Gentaro Hongo.
Uh-huh.
The person who planned the Nonary project.
And to be clear, Ace is not like 100% defenseless right now. He went along with Santa, getting through door 9 and stuff. Santa's got the gun, but Ace still should have a knife on him, right? And so much can still go wrong. I'm so nervous. What else? Oh yeah, this was something else I was thinking about, right? Oh man, what was it I wanted to say? I forgot. It'll probably come to me later.
In other words, Ace.
Yeah. There was a moment of silence.
What?
Oh. And then the room shook. From far away, they heard the sudden rush of water. Don't tell me our time's up.
What the hell's going on here?
How do we get out of here?
It must be 6 a.m. Our time is up.
Shit!
Come on, we need to get out of here.
Why am I 7?
How?
In the drawer that held the picture was a keycard. Yeah. Junpei grabbed it.
I'm betting this sucker opens the exit. Come on, let's go.
New material has been added to the file screen. Okay. This is not the file screen, so what did get added? Oh, maybe the picture. A keycard with a 0 in the middle of it. 0. 0. God damn it. Zero's just screwing with us, isn't he? Yeah, let me look at that real quick. Picture taken 9 years ago. Yeah. An old picture. It was in the drawer of the desk in the small cluttered room. It's a picture of the 4 people who created the Nonary project. On the back it said the following. Praying for the success of the Nonary project with Nijisaki, Kubota, and Musashido. Oh god. Right. These four fucking evil men. Right. We have to get going. Not a lot of time left, even if time doesn't really progress on these escape sections. But you know, immersion. Alright, let's just swipe this card. Junpei, look! It's unlocked! Yeah, now we can go back to the library. Hurry up, Junpei, we don't have time. Let's go! Alright, let's go. And we're out. You found it. So much knowledge that we have gained just with this conversation. Holy shit. And so many questions as well. Who is June, right? Why does Junpei know? Like, why is he not surprised to be learning about so many of these things? I know why I'm not surprised, because I already knew Gintaro was Ace. But why is he? Or rather, why isn't he surprised, right? Oh my god. The door opened and they stumbled into the library.
Huh. I think the shaking stopped.
All right?
It would seem so, but we are yet to be out of danger.
You're right. Let's hurry.
They ran across the hallway,
This exit needs the Uranus card too.
straight for the large metal door. Next to the door was the Uranus card reader.
Hey, Junpei.
Also, right, the Neptune door is the key that we have on ourselves. And there was another one. It wasn't Pluto, but wasn't there like another planet door? I mean, was it Pluto? Like in one of the main decks, for sure. It was one of the first ones that they checked out. Right? Am I misremembering things? I don't think we know what's behind that door, and I can't remember if it was Pluto or something else. I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
They slid the key card through and the door rumbled open.
All right, it's open. Let's go.
Out of the library and into the hallway they ran. Oh, by the way, and at this point, I guess this is like the list of our concerns, but where the hell was Alice, right? How's that gonna come into play in this story? Okay. I guess we'll get our answers eventually. At the end of the hallway was the door. Junpei reached into his pocket to pull out the key as he ran toward it. Yes, running and doing stuff at the same time. Good job.
Okay, Neptune key. Let's see if you work.
Just put it in there. It turned it.
Yes! I think it unlocked.
Uh-huh. The lock clicked. As one, they shoved the door open and poured through it. Here we are. In front of them was another great metal door. Above it was a metal plaque.
It says incinerator.
Here we fucking
So
are.
this is the incinerator.
This is the first time I've seen it from this side, but yeah, I think so.
Then there ought to be a lever near the door.
Yeah, right here.
Uh-huh. Junpei ran up to it.
Pull that and the door should open.
Got it.
As he spoke, he pulled the lever. The motor in the door groaned as it slowly ground open. There was no time to
Let's
waste.
go.
What are we gonna find inside? As soon as the door had opened far enough to admit them, all four dashed through. Then suddenly, there before them were the four who they parted from earlier. Shit. Okay. Oh, this confrontation is gonna... Oh, no. Ace and Lotus stood in front of the number 9 door. Santa was curled into a ball against the wall of the incinerator, holding his stomach. And then there was June. Did he get stabbed? Wasn't I just talking about the knife? And then there was June. Oh no, she sat slumped against the walls, exhausted. What is wrong with her? Her fever?
What the hell is going on?
What happened here, you two? Junpei ran toward June. He skidded to a stop in front of her and knelt
What's wrong?
down.
Are you okay?
Her face was pale and her lips dry. Oh, look at her. When she spoke, he could barely hear her. Right, I just remember what I wanted to talk about. Do you guys remember the last ending that we got? Which was called Zero Lost, right? And what happened at the end of it? We parted ways with Santa and June. We left her in his care, by the way. Pursued Ace, had the confrontation at the incinerator, and then Snake took him down with him. Both died. Then we came back. Santa was nowhere to be seen. June was like on her own, all alone. And then we heard Zero's voice saying, I lost. I mean, he said a bunch of other things, but he said, I lost. And I was wondering, what the hell does that mean? And what I'm thinking right now is maybe, I mean, because the end result was that Gentaro Ace died, right? But maybe he wanted to get that revenge, like, personally, and the fact that he wasn't able to is what he was referring to with I lost. Maybe? I don't know, but we'll see. When she spoke, he could barely hear her.
Jumpy, you came to get me.
She's bad. She's in a bad way.
Of course I did. I made a promise.
I'm so glad you're here. So glad.
June, who are you? It doesn't really matter at this point, I guess. I mean, it does matter, but what is going on? She mumbled the same words over and over weakly. Junpei could feel his heart breaking.
Hey, what happened to you?
I'm fine. I just fainted. I wasn't feeling very good.
He's not
I'm
fine.
feeling a lot better now, though.
Are you sure?
Yes. I just need to rest a little longer. I'm sure I'll be fine.
What are the other two doing right now? What happened to Santa?
You shouldn't worry about me.
She was looking towards Santa. Junpei turned to look as well.
Santa.
Santa grimaced, his face contorted in pain. Seven grabbed him by the collar and roared at him.
Hey, where is it? Where's the gun? You hide it somewhere?
Honestly, deserved. Santa... I have so many thoughts right now on Santa, Zero, the whole thing. You know, the whole revenge plot. But I think I still want to wait a little bit before I voice on any of them. Because... Good God. Yeah, this game is just like that, huh? As soon as I say something, it's just gonna come out and do something else that I'm not expecting, and well, that fucking invalidates or changes everything I've just said. Despite himself, a grunt of pain escaped Santa's lips and Seven shook him.
Don't have it.
Did Ace took it from him? Don't tell me. No, no. That's even worse.
I got sucker punched and they took the gun.
Okay?
What? Who took it?
What? Isn't that obvious?
I took the gun.
Of course you did.
Ace.
This shit again? Come on. Okay, yeah. This was coming, huh? We knew this was coming. We knew Lotus is all he needs to get out of here. God damn it. He did indeed have the revolver in his hand. It was pressed against Lotus's temple. Ace had her pinned to him with the other arm, and she was shaking visibly. Her fiery attitude was gone, replaced by fear. Didn't dare speak. There was sweat on her forehead, and when her eyes weren't flicking up to the gun pressed against her, they seemed to desperately want to say something. What does she want to say? What does she know, or what has she gathered in the meantime?
Just what the hell do you think you're doing, Ace?
I mean, obviously, the whole Ace suddenly becomes a villain in front of everyone else. The four of us, Snake, Seven, Clover, and myself, we already knew. The other ones had no idea what's going on.
Or maybe I ought to say Gentaro Hongo, CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals.
Yeah, expose his ass. Oh, another thing I remember that I wanted to say. Do you know how in the previous playthrough, we were in the cargo hold, right? And we gave Ace like the cards with all the faces in them, and he couldn't solve that puzzle, obviously, because he has prosopagnosia, yada yada. And in the meantime, we went to check on Santa and June. And that's where we got Ace's backstory. That's where Santa specifically said, oh, by the way, he's the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Didn't you know? And then he said something about, he told me when we went through door 4 or something like that, right? Because that was the only opportunity the two of them would have had. From my limited perspective at the time, I was like, yeah, that checks out. That's the opportunity they would have had to have a conversation like this. No, I don't think Ace would have told anyone he was the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Of course Santa knew. Oh, god damn it. It was right in front of me all the time. Seven's deep baritone rumble shook the walls. Yeah. Ace sneered.
You have me at a disadvantage, and I don't like that.
Oh.
You know me, but I don't know you.
Oh, he doesn't know. He doesn't remember. Right, no. It's not that he doesn't remember. He can't fucking recognize Seven. Oh no. Oh, that's good.
Do you have any idea how much I've suffered? Can you even begin to understand my pain?
This shit right here. This is exactly what I was thinking all of this was going.
The pain of prosopagnosia, right?
Uh-huh. Junpei's voice was casual, or at least it was trying to be.
Another irritating insect. And how do you know that,
Good question.
Yeah, Ace. Good question. Junpei couldn't say. He just knew. Another unexplainable mystery. What the hell is going on with this, right?
No matter. If you don't want to answer, it makes no difference to me. This is a waste of time anyway. It's time for me to go.
Okay, before he goes, honestly, let me just say. Ace has not been able to cope with the fact that he has prosopagnosia, right? It seems, it's very clear to me that it's a very sore spot for him. Like, you know, the way he reacts every single time it gets brought up, or it stands as a challenge to him. It's like he takes it so personally, right? When we say, you have prosopagnosia, and the person who killed quote unquote Snake very likely has prosopagnosia. And he was like, oh, so you're saying that just because I have a disorder, I must be like a bad person? The way he reacts when he can't solve the face card puzzle, all of those things. He hasn't come to terms with the fact that he has this disability or condition or however you want to call it. And I was suspecting that that was the reason why this experiment took place, wasn't it? Because, like, what I was thinking is along the lines of, you could use that whole thing about the manipulation and, you know, receivers and transmitters of information and stuff. You could use that for so many purposes. Some of them could be good. Most of them could be very, very bad. But I'm willing to bet that Ace just wanted, you know, like a way to cure himself. And I'm saying cure here with, like, you know, quotation marks. I bet he was looking into morphogenetic fields as a way to access information that's not available to him, which is knowledge about people's faces. At least that's what I think this is going. And if so, that's incredibly selfish. That's... Yeah, I understand that a condition like that couldn't be easy to cope with. But doing all the things that he has done in the interest of just serving himself, kidnapping all those children who were at the worst times of their lives, right? Because he kidnapped them from hospitals, from a specific hospital, rather. We were told that they were like, I can't really remember if it was like children who were like there or visiting or combination of both. It doesn't really matter because they were going through it. He just fucking stole them from their families, from their loved ones, while the children were already going through so many troubles. Them in a psychological, physical, mental torture chamber, all for the sake of his own agenda. I may be sympathetic to the fact that he can't come to terms with his disorder, but everything else is inexcusable. He's vile. Oh my goodness. I might be wrong. There might be more to this, but this is what I was thinking at this point in the story, right? And if so, I don't know what else he could say that could be interpreted as a defense. He's beyond the point of forgiveness. And I understand Santa. But I think there are too many people involved in this that have nothing to do with the revenge he's seeking. That makes me not want to be sympathetic to Santa for now. Because if this is all built to get revenge on those poor men, then what the hell are the rest of us doing here? What the hell are people like Snake and Clover doing here? They're victims of the same catastrophic event that took the life of his sister. Are they just here because they would be like good, like a setup to like bait Ace into killing, Nijisaki, for example, or whatever happened with the other. Well, we know what happened with Kubota. Whatever happened with Musashido. Right? Like, just put a couple of people who were involved with the previous Nonary game in here. That would make Ace nervous. That would put him on edge. That would make him jump at the opportunity to want to kill the people he fears can recognize him. Then just dress one of them up, one of the people that you want revenge against, dress one of them as the person he wants to murder, and there you go. So if that's the only reason why people like Clover or Snake are here, well, Clover is like leverage, right? Against Snake. Maybe Snake is the one who's like here to pull off the whole Nijisaki trick. 7. What the hell is he doing here? He's the kid. That came out wrong. He's not a kid. He was the cop who helped him in his moment of need. So why is he here? Lotus, we have no idea right now what her connection to this whole game can be. I was talking about that girl in that flashback, the one with the teal clothes and stuff. I don't know if that's gonna be related. At this point, I'm just looking for connections everywhere because I think there's gonna be something there that we have to learn. But what is she doing here, right? Now, June and myself, no idea. No idea because I don't know what the hell's up with June. Our June, right? So yeah, this is all a very convoluted and a very long way to say I can understand Santa's need for revenge, but I think there are people here who don't have any part in what happened to his sister, right? Unless the game has something else planned for me, I don't know. I don't know if I can agree with him. No. Behind Ace, Junpei could see the red. It was placed in the small indentation on the wall. Quickly, Ace placed his hand on the scanner. Oh, here he goes.
First is 1. Give me your hand.
It beeped, and he forced Lotus's hand onto it as well.
8. And with this...
And here we go. Then at last, he reached into the pocket of his jacket. He pulled something out and pressed it against the panel. The third asterisk appeared on the red.
9.
And let me guess, Junpei is not gonna be surprised about this. Because somehow he knows. Because somehow, some way, he's like, at this point, honestly, he's accessing the morphogenetic fields, right? Like, that's the only explanation I can come up with. He knows what happens in our previous playthrough. He knows all the stuff that I know, right? I don't know. I feel like I'm going insane. This game is messing with my brain. Guys, I think this is gonna be it for this episode. Holy shit. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're enjoying this series. Support matters a lot to me. And I will see you in the next one. Goodbye for now.